Hi there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 207 of our Be a Better You annual challenge. Today we are adjusting the camera because I lent my ring light to a wedding yesterday and today I had to just adjust it a little bit. Today we are hopping into step 2 of the IDEANCE process. Yesterday we wrote a paragraph, at least I hope you did, about what your current state of mental health or well-being is in the area that you want to set a goal for to achieve by the end of the year for sure, but to focus on for these 7 days as we run through the IDEANCE process. So we can take this process and make it our own. So it becomes an automatic tool in our toolbox to create the life that we want, whatever that happens to be, whatever area of our life that happens to be. So today, step 2, desired state, and I say state on purpose because I want us to pay attention to how do we want to feel about our life? How do we want to experience our life? Not just how we see it, but all of the different senses built in, because that allows us to visualize that state. And the more we visualize and focus on that, the outcome that we want, where we want to be, the version of ourselves we want to be, the better version of ourselves that we want to be, the faster we get there. Before we know it, when we set a goal and objective, we've achieved it. And when we're looking back, it feels almost effortless. Although we had, some hurdles to jump along the way, we realized it was a lot easier to do than we thought it was when we first came up with the idea or thought about the goal or objective. So I'm working on self-talk, specifically eliminating negative self-talk. And I was at a wedding yesterday and I noticed how many people think negatively and speak about themselves negatively. And I'm like, even people in my own family, even me. And so I want to really make sure that I am focusing on the positive, going with the flow, being present and paying attention to the things that I say and how I model and do things, because I have noticed that it is specifically and clearly reflected in people around me's behavior. And so I want to make sure I'm always creating a positive influence in that, being a good example, setting a good example. So what are we doing today? We are writing a paragraph about the mental health goal or mental well-being goal or area that we're focusing on through the IDEANCE process that we want to achieve by the end of this calendar year. I like to pick a goal that's by the end of this calendar year because it's a specific date, a specific goal, and we'll talk about SMART goals as we go through the process. But there's a lot of other ways to set goals than just the SMART way. SMART is just to remind us of important factors that we should consider when we're setting a goal or an objective. All right, if I can help you in any way, please ask. Otherwise, go out and make it an incredible day. It's not hard to do this, right? It doesn't take long to write a paragraph about where we are. The hardest part is just looking in the mirror and saying, okay, well, this is what I actually do with respect to this area of mental health and well-being. Or I've never even considered that area or aspect. Or I've never even considered my mental health and well-being, my thinking and my thoughts and my beliefs and the impact that it has on my behavior, reactions, the way I experience the world. And so I always encourage people to think for themselves. This is probably one of my favorite months because it's one that all of us can make little tweaks in that have massive, positive, dramatic changes in our life. All right, see you tomorrow.